Hey guys, I'm back and I finally think I figured out my filming situation. Not so much the setup, I do want to change my setup, but I do think I found out why my videos were messing up, and I'm so glad to come back to you with another video. I know this is a fast upload, but I do see a lot of comments, people talking about Franken planning and being scared to remove their planners or remove their coils. So I'm coming with you with another video on how to remove your coil safely. So what you can do is you can take an old sock, you can take an old piece of underwear, you can take an old shirt, and what you're going to do is you're going to need scissors to cut the sock, or you can rip the sock, and you just need a small piece. Now once you're done with that, you're pretty much done with your scissors, you're pretty much done with your sock, so you can go ahead and set that aside. The next thing that you'll need is a pair of pliers. Now they don't have to look exactly like this, but I do find that I like the flat tip ones a little bit better, just so it damages the coating on the coil. Now frankly, I just go ahead and go in there without the sock, but I wanted to show you guys a video on how to do it a little bit more safely. So I've undone this coil plenty of times. You can see there's a little bit of platinum showing underneath the black coating, but it really doesn't bother me. I've used this coil about 3 or 4 times, so I think I'm pretty, pro in uncoiling my planner. So what I'm going to do is I have my daily inserts, my daily binder inserts that I had coiled at Office Max. I'm going to take May and June, and I'm going to put it in my new daily duo. Now I do hope that the coil is big enough, so we'll see. This is kind of a trial and error video. I'm not too scared to make mistakes. If you take a look at the coils, I think they're around the same size, so I should be okay. And this one's a little bit more thicker than the daily duo anyway, so we should be good. So what you're going to do is, I'm just going to start on the side because you're going to end up needing, well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to start on the side where I've already undone this coil before, just so I don't have any, marks that I accidentally get on the other side. So what you're going to do, and I'm going to show you how to do it without wrapping it up. Hopefully you guys can see this. But what you would do is you normally would wrap your coil. You just need to go over it once. So just to protect your coil. And I'm just showing you guys this for the purpose of seeing it without it. And all you're going to do is you're going to hold lightly here, and you're going to fold out. Now I wouldn't go any further than that. It is okay if it's not fully out, but just enough so that your coil is open. So you can either keep your cover on or remove it. I'm just going to remove it. I'm going to remove my back cover. Now a lot of people get fancy and do the binder clips. I don't need the binder clips. I think I feel comfortable enough to do it without the binder clips, and I'm going to set this aside. So what you're going to do is you're just going to start spinning in the direction that it would take to remove your coil. So I am going clockwise. Now this bottom part, it might get stuck here. All you have to do is lift it oh so lightly and turn it so that it's not flicking any of those pages. So I'm going to fast forward this part, and as you can see, I've already gotten one loop done. So I'm going to fast forward me going through this because it does take some time. Alright, so that took about a total of about 2 minutes for me to do in real time. Of course, I sped the video up. So now I have my daily binder inserts that I've coiled at Office Depot. I have them uncoiled now. So here's my black coil. I am going to recoil this back up after I'm finished with the video, and maybe gift it to my mom or my niece who loves planning. Because she's not a planner entirely, but she does use a planner, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take May and June out. I'm going to take May and June. So I have all of my daily inserts for May and June. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take April out because my mom's not gonna need that. Plus I've already written on those days. Set those aside so that you can see that July still has a front cover sheet. And I'm going to set this aside to coil back up later. And this will be for my mom or my sister or my aunt or whoever. So now what I have to do is I have to put these inserts into my daily duo, which is what some people deem the scary part, because you don't want to ruin your coil. You don't want to damage your coil. I think that's horrible when, you know, people have tried this. The most common piece of advice, whoa, my coil just dropped. The most common piece of advice that I could say is just take your time, go easy with it. Now, the only thing that is not concerning me but kind of worries me is that, well, you can obviously see where they bent the coil in, but doesn't look too bad. I guess they use pliers at the EC factory, which it doesn't bother me too bad. Oh, my coil is chipping a little bit. If you guys can see that. I don't know if you can see that. Excuse my crusty nails again. Wow. Okay. But you want to be very careful when you're bending this out. You don't want to keep bending it back and forth with your pliers like this. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm actually going to wrap it since it's already a bit chipped already. I'm not going to contact community service about that just because, I mean, they're human. You know, they have to bend the coil some way to get this done. So I'm going to remove my cover. And I'm going to remove all my tidbits from my video that I've done earlier, kind of how I set up my planner. Going to remove my back cover and my back little pouch that I have, and set everything aside. So what you're going to need to do, and I hope you guys can see this from here, I know I'm kind of far away, is like I said, that part that's sticking up, you are going to go ahead and wrap that. Now, it may take some time to wrap it, but like I said, take your time. There's no rush to do this. People would describe this as tedious, but I describe it as just something, you know, that you want to do, so you're gonna have to do it. So therefore, you know, it's not that tedious. So I'm only going to wrap it apart around the part that I'm going to blend. Not bend, blend, bend. Oh my gosh, my words. Okay. And so what I'm going to do very carefully, let me get a good grip on this. Oh, hold on, guys. All right, so I'm back and I just flipped my planner around. I couldn't get a good grip on it. So I have my sock. I'm going to wrap it around the bent edge. There we go. Have it tucked in there. I'm going to, I would say, put my pliers in the center of it and just twirl up. Now, don't be scared, but just take your time and voila. There we go. All right, so now that it's somewhat up, I don't know if this little dip right here is going to be a problem. We'll see. It shouldn't be a big problem. Let me set these further aside. Okay, so like I said, the bottom part, what you're going to do, and I think these coils are longer. These coils seem longer. What you're going to do is you're going to lift this bottom part up all the way around, so that way your papers don't get, you know, the end doesn't get caught, and you're going to start twisting this slowly. Now let's see if that bent part is a problem. And it looks like I just have to take my time with it. There we go. So we've gotten through the first little hole. So I'm gonna fast forward this. So I have my rose gold coil off. I have my daily duo right here. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take my May sheets. I am going to take the, what is today, the 7th? I'm going to take these pages out. I don't really care that it goes from the 3rd to the 7th just because I don't really like the way my peach came out, and I'm like that type of person where I'm like, ugh, I have an ugly spread that day. So I'm taking that out, and then I'm just going to go from Friday to Thursday. And then I'm going to make sure my sheets are together. I'm going to flip open. So I have my calendar here. So this would normally start on July. You have that front cover page. Do I have a front cover page? Did my planner not come with a front cover page? 1 second. So I just realized in the daily binder, the front covers of the months don't have the quotes there because it starts with the dashboard. So I'm good. So what I'm going to do is just make sure these are straight. So now I go May, June, July, and then it goes to August. So it just added just a couple, I would say a couple of centimeters of thickness to my planner, but like I said, I love a chunky planner, so. All right, so I had to step off camera really fast because I was getting hot, and I'm just really taking my time just to make sure I'm not damaging the paper on the inside, but I wanted to slow down for a second and just show you how slow I'm really going. So if you have, you know, this turned upward, if you can see, is I'm just letting the coil work with me. I'm, you know, not forcing too much on anything. And because mine has that little hump there, it does need a little extra assistance getting through the holes, but I'm going slowly to make sure that I am not damaging the paper. So as you can see, I'm turning it very slowly. I'm gonna step off camera again to finish this up, but I just wanted to show you how slowly I'm moving. All right, so I just found out that I wasn't recording, but what I did record was me turning. So I completed my coil all the way up. I lifted this to go around the last layer, and I've turned my coil to about 90 degrees. So now everything works. It's able to flip open functionally. There's no spacing in between the desk and my planner. So now I'm about to put everything back on. Starting with, let's just do my front cover since it's right by me. Remember, I put that pocket on the front. Love it. Will I keep the perpetual calendar in there? Who knows? All right, and then I'm going to clip in my schedule with my school calendar on the back. Remember, you can get these little sheet protectors from Walmart that fit this planner exactly. And then I'm going to fit my ruler in there, and then I'm going to flip this over to the back and put my back necessities in there. So I do have my little pocket, my zippable pocket. I'm gonna put that in about halfway with my coil clip. Now, adding those 2 months in there did make my daily a bit thicker. However, I feel like now I do not have to compromise on losing May and June in my other portion of my duo. I just took it from my daily binder. So the most important thing to remember is to take your time when it comes to uncoiling this. As you can see, I did not do any damage to my coil. I didn't break anything off. And I'm very happy with how it came out. So now I have, when you open up your planner, you still have your yearly view calendar here. I start off with May. I go to June. Remember, these are my dailies from the binder. And then when I go to July, I now have a notes page for July, and then I go right into the layers theme for the daily. So I'm very happy with how this came out. Make sure that you, like I said, do take your time. Now, when we're talking about thickness, my planner is now thicker, okay? It is thicker. You will have a thicker planner because you're adding in daily daily inserts. So be mindful of that. If you do not like a thicker planner, I'm not sure how this would work out for you, but like I said, I don't mind it. I think my planner just happens to fit within this coil. The page doesn't lift up, just maybe like a little bit, but it doesn't really bother me. If I wanted to, I could take these two out. Or if I take my perpetual calendar out, now it lays pretty flat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment if you have any questions regarding removing your coil. Like I said, just take your time and everything will be great. Thank you guys. Bye.